Well. Here we are. We are live. 5 minutes to go. So I'm just going to sit here and my still talk drum. So it's 8 p.m. and see if people actually show up. All right. Here we are. Well, since it's still just me here, oh boy, are the nerves are firing. Imposter syndrome is running wild. We are pushing through it here. We're going to pull this off today. Hopefully, be back here in 2 weeks and have even more fun. 3 more minutes of talk. See if anybody actually shows it. One was me, but it went to 0. You have the chat up, so if you have any sound issues, video issues, any kind of problems from that standpoint, please post something in the chat. Like a beta launch, because I really have no idea what I'm doing in terms of technology, recording, sound, microphones, all that. So we're going to have a little fun experimenting with. Ooh, thank you. For those of us that are joining here already, just to give you a heads up, we're going to hang out here for a little bit. I'm going to play my still tongue drum till probably 8:05, 8:10ish maybe. Just try to give people an opportunity to walk and check out what's going on here. While we're waiting and you're listening to my awesome drum playing here, please work to turn off the phone, put it on Do Not Disturb. Really work to give yourself as quiet and distraction-free environment as possible. We really want to work hard to dedicate this next hour to our mindfulness, to our self-care, to making it that investment in ourselves because we are worth. It is officially 8 o'clock, so it is officially time to go ahead and get moving with this live stream. We're going to go ahead and give another 5-10 minutes to let people kind of roll on in, see what kind of crowd we attract tonight. And just kind of go from there. So for now, just get those phones on Do Not Disturb, turn those ringers off, get comfy, get a drink, be prepared to make some investments in your self-care over the next hour. Until then, for like the next 5-ish minutes, I was going to play my drum. Please, if there's any sound issues, too loud, too quiet, nerves, the nerves. Oops, for next time. I'll adjust the camera a little bit. So that's a little bit right here. You're definitely able to see the see who else is on there's at least two of you here. What I'm not going to do that is like post it in the chat and let me know who's here. That'd be kind of cool. Oh man, talk about making sure we're distraction free and the phones are do not disturb. I need to put my phone on do not disturb. I also need to turn off my daughter's alarm to a bed. That will interrupt us at about 8:28. That is done. That is taken care of. Awesome sauce. 8:03. More minutes just to see if anybody else is going to go ahead and trickle in here before I get started. Until then, let's listen to the soothing sounds of the still tongue. More edit here. All right, all right. That's enough of that. Stop messing with the nerves. Let's get this show. Whoa! All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mindfulness Power with your Yinzselves therapist, Mr. Ryan. I am so excited to be with you guys here tonight. This is one of the first times I've ever really done something like this, but I'm really fully committed to the idea of being the change I want to see in the world. And it's really occurred to me lately, as full as my therapy schedule is with my clients, that I just don't have enough room to help as much people as I really want to help. So something like this kind of format, this platform could really help me reach even more people, right? To really help even a lot of other people who never have the privilege or the ability to make it to my office to get some of this good shit that goes down in this space. Um, so to give you guys a little bit of a background in case you're new to me, this is what we do on social. I'm outpatient private practice therapist. I've held medical practice August West months here in Georgia since 2020. Actually launched my practice in January 2020. So when the world went to shit and I lost my school-based therapist job, this was what I turned to. It was an amazing saving grace. I've been muddling and waddling my way along ever since, just trying to figure out my way because we've got a lot of support out there. A lot of trial and error, a lot of fuck around to find out. That is for damn sure. So here I am, 5 years later, still with this case study. So as much as that imposter syndrome demon might want to try to tell me otherwise, I think I'm doing pretty good for myself. I think I have a good handle on the knowledge and the therapy and the ability to really help connect with everybody at all walks of life. Um, I have an LPC, which is a licensed professional counselor. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling with a bachelor's degree in psychology. I am a certified meditation teacher. I am a certified sound healer. I am a certified grief and trauma therapist. I recently just got certified in treatment of personality disorders. And I'm currently working on being certified in galactical behavioral therapy. So there's all kinds of wonderful knowledge about the brain and how it works up here. I think I really do a good job kind of taking it to the masses, right? Um, One of the reasons I dubbed myself the Yinzselves therapist is historically mental health psychology has been tested by middle class, if not rich white people on middle class rich white people. I really feel my niche, my ability to take what works in those studies by white people on white people and find ways to apply it to everybody, all walks of life, all races, all religions, all creeds. We have some audio issues, maybe. Am I not close enough to the mic? Do I need to be closer? I thought I tested everything earlier and it was all working out. But if anybody else is having issues, please speak up. Again, this is definitely the beta launch of everything that we're doing here. We're just trying to get it figured out how to do things. Did some test runs before we got started here. So hopefully things are working very well on your guys' end. So please let me know if there's any issues, any problems. Because that's why tonight is episode one. We gotta check off the cobwebs, try to figure out exactly what we're doing here and how to make it all work. I have the microphone here. I can position it in different ways, close and farther away. Uh, just definitely let me know if there's any audio issues out there. All right, definitely. So, um, before we get going, one of the things I really want to make clear is that tonight's presentation is really a dry run for the workshop I'm going to be hosting at a wellness fair coming up here on May 3rd. It is at the Franklin Penn on, oh no, sound is cutting in and out. Oh man. See, this is why we're doing a test run here. Trying to figure out what we need to do to fix things. Maybe if I bring it closer to me, that'll help. we will we'll see here. Again, we're new to the ball game, trying to get it all figured out. Okay, looks like we might be doing a little better job. Maybe the microphone was just too far away. That was definitely one of the things that I was worried about. Yay, look, that's better. Closer to better. I was wondering. Um, so we'll make it work. We'll adjust here. But yes, um, this presentation, well, we'll we'll make things work. We'll do what we got to do. Maybe for the next stream, we'll make some adjustments and try to figure out the sound. Always, always some speed bumps when you're trying something new for the first time. So the goal tonight is to do a test run of the presentation that I will be doing at this workshop on May 3rd. The Holistic Wellness Fair put on by MC Spiritual Healer. Um, I forgot to pull up things so I can show you the flyer that you made that you check out on my Facebook. I've definitely been working hard to make sure I share that event. It's the Holistic Wellness Fair, Saturday, May 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Still not sure exactly when my workshop will be, but I hope we get some more of those details as we approach. So the goal tonight is to do that presentation, which is going to be focused on um, stimulating the vagus nerve through auditory stimulation. So it sounds interesting. It's kind of simple in a way because it's really taking vowel sounds on the end of things. And what we've really discovered is that kind of vibration goes through the body, helps that vagus nerve, and really gets us where we need to from the body. There's like a sensitivity back there, making sure that's all turned on. It also might be that I need to talk a little louder. We'll figure it out. So the vagus nerve, for those that are not sure, are it's the nerve that is connected to the back of the brain, to the belly, to the back. It is the one that controls the parasympathetic nervous system. Very good. And that's really what controls a lot of our emotions, right? When we talk about feeling butterflies in our stomach, um, oh look, it keeps going in and out. So maybe I just need to hold this for a little bit. We'll, we're gonna adjust some more mic stand stuff because that's definitely one of my issues and concerns. Is it keeps going in and out. So I think one thing we definitely can learn from tonight uh, is that oh man, maybe this is not gonna work tonight. Then maybe it's a total bust. Maybe all my tester everything I did to test things out does not work. That is a shame. I wonder what the heck is going on because all my test runs worked. Everything I recorded earlier and played with. I know this microphone works fine when I do Zoom calls with my clients. I wonder if it's maybe just the computer isn't handling it. Maybe it's not processing now. All right, I'm a little better now. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for showing up for this test run. Really helping me get this stuff figured out. We'll keep adjusting with the technical issues and trying to figure out how to make things work. I really only use this kind of setup for Zoom session with my clients. Now you guys are kind of making me wonder exactly what my clients are hearing when I decide to turn on the microphone and that. Uh, um, Interesting. All right. Um, so keep posting in the chat about the sound issues, any other problems, please, please, please. This is definitely a bunch of trial and error tonight. This is definitely a beta launch. I hope eventually to find ways to do more workshops and host more you know demonstrations and things like that. But this is definitely trial by fire. So well, we'll just keep working through it, right? So back to talking about the Vegas nerve. So, for my main man, Jim Donovan, you guys know him of Rusted Roots or maybe the Sun King Warriors. I've been taking all kinds of different trainings from him for a long, long time now. And one of the things I've really latched onto is what he has called brain hum, which is using those vowel sounds with on the end of it to stimulate that vagus nerve. What we've discovered is that allows the brain to produce all kinds of those happy brain chemicals, right? The nitric oxide, the acetylcholine, the serotonin, the dopamine, the nitric oxide, like all that good shit. It just makes the brain do it, right? And we've discovered that a lot of some of our issues in terms of mental health and health in general is because the vagus nerve is all discombobulated, twisted up, not really able to function the way we want it to. So by doing simple exercises like combining those vowel sounds with humming, we've really noticed that we can drastically improve a person's mental state. I know for me, especially with my ADHD, anxiety, and depression, that inner monologue, right? That voice inside my head that is constantly running all the time, and just doesn't want to shut up. When I engage in the brain humming, it does go away. Not forever, right? It definitely comes back. But it's an amazing thing that has definitely really helped me push through some of my struggles, and that definitely that imposter syndrome for sure. I was definitely doing some brain humming before coming on here. 'Cause very nervous right now. This is definitely the theme of being willing to do things imperfectly and just try to get it figured out, right? Um, oh, look, I'm doing great. I like that. This is definitely definitely a rocky start to things, but we can only go up from here. Uh, so what I really want to do is really help us, cultivate that sense of mindfulness by using our brain humming, right? By using that auditory vagus nerve stimulation. One of the things that I've been really learning with this EBT training is that mindfulness is not a skill; it's an ability, right? You can't do mindfulness. Mindfulness is how you do something, right? This is where I work with clients on finding a lot of day-to-day things, or things that they do on a regular basis, but maybe they can find a way to do it mindfully. And when I say mindfully, it's mindfulness. That's focusing on the here and now, the present, right? Working hard when those intrusive thoughts try to pop into our brain and distract us and take us here, make us right, all that, we find a way to, not thinking about that, brain. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that right? And especially with the topsy crazy world that we're living in, having the ability to kind of be like, I ain't thinking about that right now. I'm not worried about how terrific our culture is right now. I'm not worried about all that stuff. I need to do this, right? Music, right? We can listen to music mindfully, right? Focusing on the lyrics, the beats, the transitions, the chorus, the verses. I know for me, my mindfulness practice with listening to music has led me to understand that I've been singing a lot of lyrics very wrong for a very long time. Um, there's not a Grateful Dead song called Scarlet Rain. It's a Full Rain of Snow. Uh, so, so yeah, so mindfulness, and you can do things. You can mindfully eat. You can mindfully shower. You can mindfully drive your car, right? There's a lot of different day-to-day activities that you can use to develop that mindfulness ability, right? And that's where I want this power hour to really try to help people is to carve out an hour for themselves to remove the distractions, put down the phone, and really work to develop that ability. And then the hope is you take what you learn during this power hour and you apply it to the rest of it. You apply it to your daily life. And you apply it to all those struggles. Because we all need a little bit of healing right now. The world is tough. It is crazy out there. There's not a lot of humanity left in humans, right? It's tough sledding. So I'm hopeful that this kind of skills group can really give people an opportunity to enhance their life, to optimize their functioning, right? To learn some tips and tricks and ways to better themselves and improve their station in life. I'm hopeful that people that are maybe, curious about therapy and whether they could benefit from it or get anything out of it, stop in and check it out and really learn that everybody could benefit from a life coach in their corner. And you certainly do not need some hardcore crazy diagnosis to come see somebody like me. For a lot of my clients, I am a glorified life coach. I'm a glorified accountability teacher, right? A lot of clients, it's we set a goal of you want to do this. You come back the next week and did you do it? No. Okay, what happened? You did. Great. What's next? So I'm just hopeful that using this time and this platform to spread the mental health awareness and really get people focused and understanding on what it takes to make those investments in yourself. Because we are worthy, right? We are worthy of investing in and finding ways to do things better. So I think that's enough of the nervous rambling about things. We're definitely going to work on streamlining that spiel when I give this presentation come May. Um, for now, what I'd like to do is actually start some of the brain humming exercises. So we're going to have to figure out what we do with the microphone thing. I know you guys said the closer I am, the better it gets. So we're not cutting in and out. So we're gonna figure out how we can do this. Uh, so for starters, one of the things I like to start with the brain humming is kind of combining some different hand placements with the brain humming, so we can really try to direct the vibrations where we want to go. I think the first one that we like to start with, usually with Jim Donovan, is you don't use any vowel sounds yet, right? We'll add those in. We're just going to do a very simple, right? And to help feel the vibrations, you don't have to recognize the power of those vibrations. If you want to, please take your hand, put it on your neck like this, and just hum for a couple different times. Okay. One more. I love it. I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it in my neck. One thing I did forget to mention before we got started here is please do only what you are comfortable doing. I don't want anybody hurting themselves, trying to extend themselves beyond their capabilities. I spend 20 minutes every morning meditating using deep breathing. So my lung capacity is pretty large. I could probably hum and do these things, for a considerable period of time, all things considered, right? If this is something that you're new to, that you don't do a lot of breathing exercises, that you've never tried any brain humming, it's totally okay to cut things short, right? You want to do things, where you feel comfortable. Please don't overextend yourself. We want everybody to be safe and stay okay there, right? So one of the other things in my nervousness prep I forgot to do was pull up the list of the different vowel sounds and exactly where they correlate to the body. Thankfully, I've done enough of these. I have a good idea where I'm going. In fact, actually, I'm going to go ahead and shoot and pull it up on my phone real quick. So again, learning here, trying to get it all figured out. But I knew I had it right there. Boom, that didn't take too long at all. So right now, one of the things I find funny about Jim Donovan is that in all his online stuff that I do, um, he starts from the top down, right? But if I go to one of his trainings, he starts from the bottom up. So you can really do this in any order that you want to. What you feel more comfortable. When I went to his last training, I actually asked him, why the change? Why did you online is it up top and then to the bottom, and why in person is it bottom up? And his response was, that's just where I'm at with it right so I don't think it really matters. I think it just kind of depends on what you're more comfortable with, right? Each of these places is going to have a different kind of hand movement to try to help channel some of that vibration. The hand movements are definitely totally voluntary, not necessary. But I think when we're starting out and just learning this process, it can be very important to kind of you know, feel the vibration, right? Really feel what that humming is doing and the energy it's sending through your body. So because of the trainings that I've done, we are going to start at the top and work our way down. It will be a full body sequence. We will do each of these vowel sounds 3 times ish. Then take a big deep breath, kind of see how you feel, see if you notice any differences, and then we'll just kind of work our way through. Okay. Hopefully, I can stay close enough to the mic that this doesn't become an issue. So the first one we're going to do is team, and that is to the top of the head, right? You can kind of take your hands, like this, kind of put them wherever. If you have a headache or any kind of pain or discomfort, this is a great one to kind of send towards there and kind of channel it. Jim Donovan swears that using these on the head can really not maybe get rid of the headache, but can definitely reduce the struggles. Okay? And remember, do what you can, be safe, be smart, know your limits. We're going to try to do each of these for about 3 rounds, and we'll just kind of keep going from there. All right? So here we go. We're going to do the first one, team. Last one. It was arm day recently. So I was a little tired. I already feel a little bit more relaxed. The nerves are just getting just a little bit. I think that's one of the reasons why I love practicing this stuff with my clients. Because it definitely gives me an opportunity to do it as well. The next one we're going to do is A. It comes out more as aim. This one is more directed towards our forehead. So again, if you want to do some of these voluntary hand motions, one thing you can do there is put a hand on your forehead, and a hand on the back of your neck. Great. And like the other one, we're going to do this one for 3 times as well. Final one. Oh, amazing. It makes it good for my brain. So I don't know what it's doing out there for you guys. Hopefully the sound is working and we're working through all that part of things. Enjoying a nice, relaxing, mindful activity. I know my camera at times goes in and out of focus. I'm not I've never been able to figure out exactly why it does these things. It's not well. I think there's like an autofocus thing on it. But I just can't I don't know. It's very interesting. It really helps if I turn off that maybe. Maybe that'll help us pick it up that way. Again, all kinds of fun technical issues for episode 1. We'll keep working through that. Um, the next vowel sound we're going to do is work on the throat. I think this one is maybe one of the more important ones just because that vagus nerve of ours that goes from the back down on the right around the throat, right? That's why these vibrations, this humming works so well. This one is directly targeted right at that throat, right? And this one is IYM. The hand position for this one is what we started with, the basic humming, and just kind of pop your hands around your throat. And we'll do this one 3 times. Take a big deep breath. Now, this is where, when Donovan's training, take a moment here, try to see if our heads, this part of our body here that we just worked on, was any different than anything before. For some people, it feels lighter, fuzzier, just feeling reached, entranced. I know for me that nervousness, that imposter syndrome feeling is kind of dissipated, and I'm definitely feeling way more just me. Definitely getting way more in the swing of things. Hopefully, I don't see any complaints in the chat about sound and things like that. So hopefully, we're doing a good job there. I feel like I'm still kind of speaking through things because I'm a little nervous, but we're okay here. If I forgot to mention it, there is a total of of these, yeah, 7 of these vowel sounds. So we've done the first 3 that focus more on the head area, right? We're now going to be starting to work our way down the body. The first one is our heart chest area. Um, the hand motion here is just kind of putting your hand over your heart, maybe both if you want to. The sound here is going to be ah. And don't forget that M. So it's going to be ah. Mm. Okay. All right. Big deep breath in. Again. Last time. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hope you guys are out there loving it too. Very glad this is not me here talking to myself. Good to have some feedback on how things are all going and working out or not working out. Um, Next one we're going to do is for the solar plexus, which is more kind of our midsection here. This one is O, right? OH with that on the end of it. Um, since we're getting a little lower in the body, one of the ways to try to help send those vibrations further down is you can tuck your chin and kind of help send those vibrations down. One of the other things to note is some of these lower ones, your volume might need to increase a little bit, right? You may need to get a little louder to be able to send it as far down as you need to. So kind of hands right in that middle area, that solar plexus, right? We're going to be doing Om. All right, big deep breath in. Om. See the difference when I lift my chin off my chest, that's for sure. I did kind of forget to warn you guys, that being the last one there. Again, we're not the kings of this presentation, right? Get some dress rehearsals for that workshop on May 3rd in that holistic wellness fair, hosted by MC Spiritual Healer. Please check out my socials, in August West Wellness on Facebook. A lot of the other ones are yinzselves 37. We're working hard at being a good promoter. So I'm really excited for that event. Pulling on a lot of different vendors, a lot of different people are going to be joining us to have a good day focused on the wellness. We have two more vowel sounds left, and then we will have completed the whole body sequence. This next one is double O with on the end of it. And this one is focused more on our navel area, our belly button. So if you do with the hand motions, rather than adding that into the practice, you just kind of want to put your hands, just kind of hold your belly button. That's about it for this one. So the other ones, we're gonna do this one 3 times. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. So big deep breath in. Here, here. Ooh. Again. Last time. All right. We are approaching the last of our vowel sounds here. The seventh one, the lowest one. I think one of the things I probably forgot to talk about is that all these vowels, of this whole sequence, in each one of them is focused on a different energy point in our body called the chakras. That's one of the reasons why this vagus nerve stuff is so effective. It really helps us align those energy points. So this would be the lowest energy, the lowest chakra, the root. This vowel sound is ah, is UHM. And being that this is more, you're not supposed to be touching yourself here. What really works is kind of putting your on your lap, right? Just kind of hanging out there. As I said before, especially this being the lowest of the low here, volume is important, right? You might need to get a little louder to really send those vibrations the whole way down. Um, and then you want to make sure you put that chin to your chest to really help direct those sounds the whole way down the body. Okay, so this is the last part of this sound sequence. Um, all right, here we go. Again. Last one. Wow, guys, let's take a big deep breath in. How about one more? All right, all right. Um, so that would be the full body sound sequence, all the different vowel sounds and all the different points of the body, the chakras, those energy points that it correlates to. We started with eem, which is for the top of the head. We did aim, which was for the forehead. We did I'm, which was for the throat. Which was for the heart and chest. Om, which was solar plexus. Ooh, which was our navel. And was for our hips, the bottom of the torso, our reproductive region. Um, Looking good on time here. That was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do some of these dress rehearsals for that presentation on the 3rd of May. Is I really try to see how long it would take me to get through this kind of sound sequence. Really trying to pace myself. One of the things that I've noticed with my dread and fear of public speaking is I tend to go fast. I tend to speed up. So I'm really trying to work on my cadence and my pacing. I want to make sure we give ourselves some time to sit and reflect on how we feel. If we've noticed any changes, right? Does our body feel lighter, heavier, fluffier? Is it vibrating? I know when I sit down and do a sound sequence for an extended period of time, we're talking 10, 15, 20 minutes, I can feel the vibrations in my body. And it's a wonderful practice. I think the brain hum is extremely, extremely accessible to anybody. I know with a lot of the inner city youth I work with, trying to get them to have a meditation routine is really difficult. Some of the other, some of the grounding is kind of challenging at times, depending on what kind of environment they have going on, right? But the brain hum, right? Typically, all of us go, right? And as we continue with this mindfulness power hour series, not tonight, we're about done for today. I think my nerves about had it. One of the things we're going to talk about is all the variations of this, right? There's a lot of different ways to hum and add things in. I think one of the coolest ones that I just learned from Jim, one of his trainings the other day, was Amen, right? Uh, Amen is a very common term, right? Especially for a very religious folks, something that was very much part of our lexicon. But that can be turned in to an auditory vagus nerve stimulation, right? It really, really is about that vibration. One of my other favorite little tidbits, Jim, was that the humming, just changing tone and pitch, right? Making it louder, making it softer, can have a big difference, right? If you're able to kind of do something like this, right? A little changes in tone and pitch and volume, things like that, can make a big, big difference. Well, I had other things in mind and things I wanted to talk about and do, but full disclosure, the brain is going burr. Thursdays are a long day for me. I've actually been playing therapist since 9 o'clock this morning, so we're closing in on 12 hours here. I feel like I've accomplished what I wanted to do here is get some of the technical uh, hiccups figured out, right? Trying to figure out exactly how close do I need to be to the microphone, things like that. Trying to make sure I figure out exactly how to use the YouTube live stream stuff, how to make sure we got the chat going so I can get you guys live feedback, right? I think we've done what we needed to do here today. I hope you guys that are here, that have watched this journey with me, have enjoyed yourself, that you've learned something. This is definitely the first of hopefully very many in the series. I've definitely learned a lot about how I want to kind of structure things and go about stuff. So I'm very excited to see what we're able to come up with and pull off in our second installment of the Mindfulness Power Hour. Um, so that would be on Thursday, uh, April 24th at 8 p.m. We're working hard to do every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. If this is popular, successful, people are really enjoying it, showing up for it. With the way my schedule works, we can always turn it into a weekly endeavor. But knowing the busyness of my schedule and everything, all the restraints I have on my time, uh, we're gonna start with every other week, right? The first and second one. Uh, I think one of the things I want to close in on is just take a moment for everybody to kind of take a moment to think about what we're grateful for. I think leading with an idea and recognizing that gratitude is a great way to close out a mindfulness power hour. To really recognize the layers of awesome that are going on in our lives. I think too often we spend so much time focusing on everything that's going wrong in today's world, which is very easy to do, right? It's very terrific out there. But recognizing what is working for us is an important step of the process. Right? I know I am very grateful to be able to do something like this. And I have this kind of knowledge, this super power to heal people through the power of conversation. The world needs more healers, right? And we have a very broken world right now. Somebody needs to fix it. Somebody has to step up and do something about it. Why not me, right? If nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to. That's how I ended up being a soccer coach. I don't know if you guys are aware of that yet, but I somehow got roped into being my daughter's soccer coach, head coach, not an assistant, head coach. Um, with all the schedule demands and a little bit of time I have free, I don't know what I was thinking. I told them if you could practice on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. and Saturday games, I'm in. And they said, deal. And again, it's the same kind of idea. No one else wanted to do it. No one else was able to step up and willing to step up. If we didn't, the girls wouldn't be able to play. Right? They wouldn't get that kind of experience. So here we go. I'll step up to the plate. Why not? Right? Somebody's got to do it. Thank you, Tabby. I appreciate you. I appreciate those kind words. Jim is an incredible teacher, incredible trainer. I feel very honored to be able to take the lessons that I've learned with him and go out into the world. And I feel confident that he would appreciate it as well, considering a lot of his trainings are facilitator trainings, right? He wants us to go out and lead drum circles and do sound healing and do these things, right? If you didn't have that kind of facilitating trainings going on, I might feel a little bit wonky about kind of doing what he's doing, right? But I put my own pizzazz on it. I add my own flair, and I think it really, really works well. So thank you guys again for being here tonight, for going through the growing pains of the first episode of the Mindfulness Power Hour. We can only learn and grow from here and continue to find ways to do better and really help make sure we're reaching as much people as possible to really continue to spread that mental health awareness because mental health matters. And we need more mental health in today's world now more than ever. So hopefully this is a little slice of that to try to help spread that awareness, help teach people some awesome skills, and really work to develop that mindfulness ability. So thank you guys again for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. This is the Yinzer Therapist signing off.